Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more not Pokemon Liquid Crystal, man, I've been recording that series for so long. The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. Last time, we started off our adventure with an encounter with an evil swordsman slash sorcerer named Vati, who quickly turned Princess Zelda to stone. And this time, we are going to be heading off to the Minish Woods to see if we can get some headway on reforging the broken Picori blade. So starting off here, this is North Hyrule Field right here, and we finally have the super awesome main Zelda theme playing right here. With our sword, we can take out these monsters called Octoroks right here. They've been in nearly every Zelda game to date, I believe. They'll shoot nuts at you if they see you, although this one's being very, very bad at his job. There we go. And the cool thing about these guys is they will drop money. You got 1 rupee, it's green, don't spend it all in one place. We'll be sure not to. And if we see another one, oop, that guy right there was roosting in a tree. That is a crow. And he's not actually the bird that will steal money like you're used to in Zelda games. You'll notice that you can also block the nuts from Octoroks with your shield, which is very nice. And you've also got these trees right here, which you couldn't walk past before if you tried, but now that we have the sword, you can slice them right through, which is very nice. Now, over here, we have Lon Lon Ranch. You've also got these things, I want to say they're called stack-a-moles or something like that. Just walk up to them and spam your sword, and you can kill them all. Each individual one will drop money, which is very nice. So if we head on here, we'll see more of these guys. This is actually the border to the castle town that we were in last episode, which is very nice. But unfortunately, Minish Woods lie far to the south from here. If you get lost, check your map. Yeah, he doesn't actually mention it, but there are some boulders here that are blocking the way into town, so we can't actually go back yet. Right there, I accidentally ran into some of these mole things, and I took damage. You can see that I lost a half a heart of damage. Different monsters will do different damage. As you can see, the moles did half a heart, but the Octorok did a quarter of a heart. You can also come over here and slash grass, and you might get lucky enough for it to drop some stuff. And up here, I want to make note of this. This could be important later, you never know. These were always in A Link to the Past, but they never actually did anything, but you never know, they might actually be important here. You got a heart. These replenish your life energy a little bit. A drop heart will heal off 1 heart, I believe, which is very, very good. Over here you can see a Goron. Yes, this game has Gorons in it. He's trying to smash through that wall right there. We're gonna have to come check on him later to see if he actually gets any success on that. Here we have the Eastern Hills, which is an area with farmland in it, which is very nice. And also one of these things. Not gonna be able to figure out what's behind that for quite a while yet, but just pointing it out because it's there. And down here we got more Octoroks, just slash them right on through. Dropping money, very nice. And over here you've got this hole. This might also be important later, trust me on that. One thing you'll notice about the Minish Cap is it gets very, very creative in areas where other Zelda games typically don't. There are some very, very unique items that are only in this Zelda game. But anyway, Hyrule Castle to the north, Hyrule Town to the west, Minish Woods to the east. Here we are, let's go inside. I love this music. I also love the light effect on the right side of the screen there. Right up there you can see a piece of heart, but unfortunately we are not going to be able to get a hold of that one quite yet. But don't worry, there are other pieces of heart we'll be able to grab soon enough. Alrighty, right here you've got some thorns in front of this tree, and for science, I'm going to show you that they will hurt you if you touch them, so be very, very careful because you're going to have to figure out a way to remove those first, and I am quite confident that the way most of you are thinking we'll remove them is not actually the way we'll remove them. But anyway, across the bridge here, got a bit of a fork in the road. Although the north way doesn't actually go anywhere, you do have these interesting monsters. They're called choo-choos. Might look familiar to anyone who's played the Wind Waker. This game inherits a lot of aesthetics from the Wind Waker, which is very cool. I like Wind Waker's design. A lot of people don't, but I personally think it looks very, very good. Alrighty. So as you can see, these choo-choos take 2 hits, while the other monsters we've encountered take 1. Different monsters have different health depending on what type of monster they are. But anyway, let's head on down here. And here's another one of these stumps. Very, very interesting. We can head right on here, but there is a stump that we can't actually get through. Wonder if we'll be able to deal with that eventually. So I guess there's nowhere else for us to walk but up here. And... help! Help me! Ouch! Won't somebody stop them? Ow! Ow! Help! Somebody! Can't anybody hear me? What could that possibly be? We're gonna have to go back and check that eventually, but if you walk just a little bit further, we will have our very first piece of heart. Collect 4 to make a new heart container for even more life energy. So as you can see on screen right now, I have a little bit of a scroll giving information about the piece of heart. I plan on recording information on every single one of these and putting it in one of these scrolls. So I believe there's 44 pieces of heart in this whole game, which is pretty insane. I suppose some of you can extrapolate how many dungeons and bosses there are going to be from that, but I can assure you you're probably a little bit off on that. We'll be getting to that later. But anyway, now that I have covered that... Hey, kid, you there! Ow! Hey, don't just stand there! Do something! Ow! What's wrong with you? Do you like watching me take this abuse? Help me! And help him we shall. Take out both of these Octoroks? Well done, that was close. Not that I couldn't handle them myself. But that's beside the point. What in the world is a lone child doing so deep in the woods? Ho ho, I see. The Picori, you say, and Vati. Vati's cursed someone. What? The sacred blade? Is that so? I see, I see. You know, you and I have quite a lot in common. You see, I, too, am on a quest to break a curse of Vati's. And you say that reforging the sacred blade can break his curse, eh? Well, then you have found yourself a companion, my boy. My name is Eslo. No, not the guy from Assassin's Creed. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And we have a little bit of a acquaintance right here. Very nice. This is basically the equivalent to Navi in previous games. He'll be your partner from here on out, giving you tips on where to go. But I feel like he's a much better companion because he has a very, very significant part to play in the story, but we'll be getting to that later. Wait, wait, I say! You walk so quickly. Too quickly, in fact. Can't you go any slower? Surely you've noticed that I have no legs. Boy, take a good look at me. Do you really think I can walk that fast? Ah! If it isn't one thing, it's another. You are a troublesome boy. There! Now you can't possibly leave me behind. My, it's quite comfortable up here. More comfortable than it looks, surely. And much easier on me. Hey, quit your squirming. Can't you sit still? See? There. Yes, yes, that's it. Much better. Now, I suppose a boy like you still has much to learn about the world. If ever you need my insight, press select. I'll be happy to help. Ah, such a hopeless child. Yes, indeed. Now that we have Eslo on our head, we now have the trademark Zelda green hat. Very nice. I really, really like how they did this. The hat is such an iconic part of the series, and they decided to work it into the story in a very interesting way. But anyway, if you press select... What? I haven't even had time to settle in, and you're bothering me? Deepwood Shrine lies, obviously enough, deep in the heart of these woods. So says my superior intuitive sense. Now, get a move on. Yes, he has some very, very, very great dialogue. A lot more unique than Navi. Probably more along the lines of Tattle from Majora's Mask in that regard. But anyway, heading forward here. Hold on for a moment, my boy. We've stumbled across something important. The world of the Minish is very small. You're far too big to meet them now. Eh? Who are the Minish? Ah yes, silly me, allow me to explain. You humans call them Picori, but they refer to themselves as the Minish. Strange how, in the world of humans, only this forest has kept that name. Anyhow, deep in the forest, they built a tiny village where many now live. But if we're to enter the village, we'll have to make you a touch smaller first. Look at that. At first glance, it appears to be a mere stump, yes? No, that stump is a portal used by people long ago to adjust their size. With my help, you can use it to shrink down to Minish size. Just stand on the stump and press R to shrink. To return to normal, stand next to the stump and press R. Get me up there, and we'll give it a try. Welcome to the world through the eyes of the Minish. Now, aren't you glad you saved me? No need to thank me, though. Portals that reduce your size are all around in different shapes and sizes. If you want to return to normal, stand next to a portal and press R. But there is one thing you must know. Being Minish-sized is full of dangers. Mere puddles at your normal size are bottomless swamps to the Minish. And as your companion, if anything bad happens to you, it happens to me too. So proceed with caution, my lad. If not for your sake, then for my own. Yes, we are now Minish-sized, which is very, very, very cool. This is what I meant earlier when I said that the world of the Minish Cap is much bigger than meets the eye, because now our eye is a 100th the size it was. So now it's as if the world has become 100 times larger. So we can now cross through this stump right here, which is very nice. I want to point out that you can actually swing your sword by pressing the button. But as far as I know, it doesn't actually do anything. But as you can see right here, this mere puddle is now something we can very easily drown in, and that brings me to something. Drowning in water doesn't actually reduce your health in this game, which is very, very interesting. But what you need to do, as I just failed to do, is you have to cross over onto one of these lily pads. And ride it all the way over, and you can see that there is a little bit of a path right here. Let's walk towards it. We have now been zoomed in, so now we can fight our own battles and stuff at Minish size. So it's not like we're just going to be wandering around as a little speck on the map. There will actually be full Minish areas that we can cross into that you would not be able to explore at normal size. So let's head right on north here, and we have found the Minish Village. It appears we have found the Minish Village. Pico, Picori! Ripi, Pico, Picori! Pico, Picori, Pico! I gather it's been quite some time since they last saw a human. What's that? Didn't understand what they were saying just now. Ah yes, that was the language of the Minish. It's a little different from the dialect I am most familiar with. I'm afraid I didn't catch most of what they said myself. But perhaps there is someone here who understands your language. We should look around. Look around we shall. This is the Minish Village. Very, very nice music, I must say. Very, very enjoyable. You can see that there are these little puffs right here. If you slash them, you can actually take them out. I believe they will very rarely drop hearts and rupees and stuff like that, although I'm not entirely positive. Looks like we're not having very much luck so far. So what we have to do is we have to explore the village for someone who actually understands our language. But first off, I want to point out this little nook right here, because slash that, and we get money, so very good. No, but right over here, we have a second piece of heart. Now you have 2 pieces. Collect 2 more to increase your life energy. Very, very nice. A lot of people don't really realize this spot is here because you don't actually come over this area until much later for something that is entirely optional, but up to you. As you can see, we drown in the water right here, but it seems there is actually a way to get down here, so why on earth would that be? Well, we'll get to that soon enough. So let's head right on here. You can roll to go faster if you want to, although later on in the game I'm sure you all can hypothesize that we'll be getting a way to move a little bit faster. We want to head right up into this shrine and... I've never seen an outfit quite like that before. Are you a human? Oh my, it's been quite some time since any humans came here. My name is Festari. I watch the Abbey as well as the shrine to the north. You seem to be having some trouble with our language, don't you? You could use a jabbernut. It will allow you to understand our tongue. You should be able to find one in the barrel house just south of here. Yes, we now need to get the jabbernut. The jabbernut is a very, very important item, as I'm sure you all can guess, because it will allow us to understand the language of the Minish. So we want to come right down here to the barrel hut. And up here you can see there are growing these sprouts right here. Those are very important for later, I believe. And right up here... Oh, Link. This must be the jabbernut Festari told you about. Well, you'd better eat it if you plan on making any progress at all. You ate the jabbernut, even though I'm holding it in my hand right now. Now you can understand the language of the Minish. Very, very cool indeed. So now that we have the jabbernut, we can return to Festari. As you can see, I'm going a little bit quickly starting off here. That's mostly because the world of the Minish Cap doesn't actually open up until a bit later, so you can't really do much other than what's required. So apologize for zooming through this starting off, but I assure you there's going to be a lot of optional stuff for us to do later on. So, you've eaten the jabbernut, and now you can understand us. Sorry, but I know little about swords. I'm sure the Elder can help you. Yes, we need to now learn about swords. Or rather, they need to learn about our sword and the problem it is currently presenting us, so we want to come over this way to the Elder's house. Oh, you speak our language. It's been quite a while since we've heard outsiders speak our tongue. We have little to offer you in these woods, but please enjoy your stay. Thank you for your offer, but we have no time to relax. My name is Eslo. This child is Link. We need to break a curse that has been cast on the Princess of Hyrule. To do so, we'll need to reforge the broken Picori blade. Ah, yes. And you've come here now hoping to have the blade reforged? Well, if that's what you're after, you'll need 4 mystic elements. These elements are the crystalline forms of the energies of this world. Only by infusing the blade with these energies can a new blade be forged. Here, give me your map. I can mark where these elements can be found. And here we have 4 elements. Here in the Minish Woods you can see there is actually an element. How interesting is that? The Earth element can be found in the shrine to the north of Festari's Abbey. Speak with Festari. He will show you the path to the shrine's entrance. Go with caution. Evil creatures have lately made their home in our shrine. Return to me at once after you have found the Earth element. Yes, indeed, we now have the main goal of our adventure in the Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. We need to collect 4 elemental energies and infuse the Picori blade with them. Very, very, very cool. But, without further ado, you wish to go to the shrine. Very well, this way. Vile beasts have settled in recently. Be careful, it is quite dangerous. And if we head north right here, we have been returned to the overworld screen, and behind us you can see the Minish village. Very, very, very tiny now that we look at it, even though it seems so large to us before. But anyway, now that we have gotten our heading about the 4 mystic elements lost somewhere in Hyrule, I think we are going to be ending things off here. Next time on The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap, we are going to be heading north of the Minish village and entering the Deepwood Shrine, where hopefully we will be finding the Earth element. And I will see you guys next time.